Are you ready, Toastmaster Aarti?
Yes.
Great. So, Toastmaster Aarti, two states, Toastmaster Aarti.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. When I had first come to Assam, I asked a local guy, where can I get a good samosa? And he said, Baido, the best samosas are available in Walkuchi, which was nearly 60 kilometers away from where we were posted. I was quite perturbed, thinking, why would I travel so far for a mere samosa? It was only later I realized he was talking about a gamosa and not a samosa. Because in Assam, the samosa is known as a singhara. So here I was, a Delhi-bred samosa-loving girl who had come all the way to the land of beautiful gamosas. Therefore, my story is called Two States, Delhi and Assam. I was raised by Himachali parents in Delhi who gave roots to my wings. Our home was filled with love, laughter, aunts, uncles, and cousins. The lazy summer vacations were spent hopping from Bua's house to Nani's house to Chacha's house. The teenage years, however, brought in a solemn note. My father, the pillar of our lives, developed some medical complications. What followed were years of frequent visits to doctors and hospitals. But even through those tough times, my parents ensured that the light-hearted banter, the air of positivity, the life's compassion remained an integral part of our upbringing. So much so that my father used to call the innumerable pills he had to take as desserts. I went on to earn my degree in doctorate from Indian Agriculture Research Institute, a premier national institute. Though my head has chosen a path of scientific research, my heart was pulling me in a totally different direction. It did not take me long to realize that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with someone who was allotted his home cadre Assam after clearing UPSC Forest Services exam. And this was a twist in the story of my life. My life in Assam was replete with experiences I could have never imagined. From Delhi, I landed in Hojai, a small sleepy town on the banks of River Kapil, which I'm sure none of my friends or family had ever heard of before. Now, do you know what is entomology? Yes,
Yes.
it is the study of insects. Now that was my subject in graduation, post-graduation, doctorate. But my background in entomology did not prepare me for what I was to encounter in Hojai, be it live snakes in my bedroom to hundreds of termites flying across a century-old government quarter. Since then, I have traveled much of Assam, starting from small obscure towns with a village ring to them, such as Kajalgaon, Gosaigaon, Bangaigaon, then to the central Assam, Biswanath Charyale, and then the world-famous Kaziranga. Now, it looks like a spate of enviable check-ins, perhaps, to the new generation. The wonderful years that I spent in all these places not only brought me closer to nature, but also to my inner self. People often associate Assam with the Bihu festival, the tea gardens, the Muga silk, and the one-horn rhino. My stay in all these places brought me closer to the surreal jungles along the foothills of Indo-Bhutan border, the Rakh Mahotsav, the mobile theaters, Kohinoor, Abahan. Coming to Assam made me multilingual from a bilingual. I could now converse in 4 languages: English, Hindi, Bangla, and Assamese, and so do my 2 young kids. We have not stayed in one place for more than 2 years, which meant frequent transfers, frequent change of schools. But all this made us more resilient, and we all look forward to new situations, new circumstances, new set of friends, and at times how to live without a social circle. Currently, we are in Guwahati. After changing 6 schools, and let me tell you, my daughter is in class 5th. So here I am enjoying my journey of changes with my children. While in Guwahati, I got an opportunity to dabble with entrepreneurship. I opened my own preschool, which unfortunately did not do well. This failed venture taught me a lot more than a successful one would have. I now have a better knowledge of financials as well as world interaction. So this is the story of my life. Tale of two states, physically as well as metaphorically. From the concrete jungle to a real one. From being a receiver to a nurturer. Passing on the mentoring that I received from my parents about acceptance, adaptation, compassion, and excellence, and keeping it all in good humor to my 2 young children. From a home lover to an adventurer, from the land of samosas to the land of gamosas, and loving best of both the states. Thank you.